Welcome back to Theme Park Wizard right here, Universal Studios Hollywood, for the next Fast and Furious update, and also to check out what's going on Escapology, the security project, and much more. So let's jump right into it. And today we're going to start off at the Woody Woodpecker construction. There's a lot happening, as always, and you've been very, very quickly on it. So let's go ahead and take a look. Lots of construction crews and trucks here, and equipment. Not working today. This was a Saturday, but they are pounding away Monday through Friday, it seems, and some Saturdays. But they got lots of, looks like maybe some piping work. Looks like all that's gonna go underground. So not sure if that's gonna go in the pit as we designated it, but we'll see if where that goes coming this week. You can see they have more and more pavers started. I still think that will be a walkway though. That will be I don't think that'll be the where all the piping and stuff goes. I think that will definitely be a walkway. So I have some tea for you on this particular project by the AMC because it's quite extensive. It doesn't seem to be just for repainting work, right? There's a lot going on. And I have some tea. I found out this will actually be some new bathrooms. And that makes sense because when the security project is done, right, the current bathrooms in Curious George and Jurassic Parking, they won't be accessible when you're at CityWalk because you will be in the security bubble. They'll only be accessible to those who are like going back to the car or coming, coming from to the park because they haven't gone through the security bubble yet. So to make it easier, the Universal's adding some bathrooms into CityWalk, so that way, obviously you won't have to keep exiting, entering security to keep going to the bathrooms. And the MC location is a pretty central location. That was the former ticketing booth. Now, obviously, ticketing is inside, and sometimes they have some photo ops and meet and greets there, but nothing too drastic. So this is a much better use of space. And now you have the 3 bathroom options inside CityWalk of the ones at the front of the park by the Globe. You'll have the ones in the center by Hello Kitty, and then you'll have these over here by the movie theater. Moving over to Escapology, lots of progress here too. They added a couple new signs, so the one on top there and the blade sign as well. And they painted the bottom half of the building black. I'm not sure if that black will continue all the way up, or if it'll just stick to the bottom like that, but it looks like they're certainly still not done. Here's it from the other side again, that nice new blade sign and some lights on inside. So they're making some nice progress there. Hopefully, again, so they can open it up by Fan Fest nights. There's some big boxes there for some interior work, but looks pretty good. Something else that hopefully could open by Fan Fest nights is I told you they wanted to open Escapology in one of the security hubs by FanFest nights is this right here, the iFly security hub, because more and more pallets of pavers have shown up, and it looks like that'll for sure be the first one to open because it looks like they're about to place them down any day now. Doesn't look like they're digging anymore. They're still working on the pedestrian connection inside from Curious George. I checked on that. Can't see too much besides that wall, so I didn't film it or anything. But it looks like they're moving pretty quickly on that one. All the heavy machinery is gone, so looks like they're gonna put those pavers down and then build the structure. I'm very curious to see what these permanent security structures look like. Because yeah, there's no renderings or anything. And now let's make our way inside the park and see a busy day here. I'm going to go check on. We're gonna meet up with OG55 and George here in a second, but yeah, busy day as we get into spring break. It's time to go meet up with OG55 and George. Let them say hi, and then we'll continue the construction update. Just finished up a little chat with OG55 and George. About to be on their bar chat. They're going to Moe's for the little bar chat, so make sure to tune in live for that. Or it'll be, actually, the video will be in the past by now, so check that out. Talk some Universal. Right now, let's go check on Fast and Furious and talk about some rumors. Over at the Fast and Furious roller coaster, yeah, not much has changed because again, it's almost done. We get some bigger changes at the front of the station, so when we get over there, we'll check them out. But yeah, it just looks absolutely fantastic there. Scaffolding's down. The tower crane should be for real dismantled this month or next month, as in April. It's gonna rain a couple days in the next couple weeks, but that hopefully shouldn't delay them too much now that the track is almost done, and you'll see some pieces of new track as we continue into the updates here. Here is the shot at the one portion of the new track. You can see it, the incline up onto the last inversion there, that massive Immelman here. You can see the track moving up, and there's some boxes. I still don't know what's in those boxes, but lots of steel ready to go for the sound walls, which once the track is completed, especially in this section, I feel like we'll have a massive uh, erection of those steel beams for the sound wall, and that'll be probably the next massive project. Then, of course, don't forget they have the scream shields on the over the escalators and over this embleman over here. I'm gonna have to work on that as well. Sheathing is installed on that roof, that extended Q structure. Yeah, I think I thought I zoomed into that, but I didn't zoom in far enough. You probably can't see it. I think I have another shot down below. You can see there's some sheathing on the roof, and I saw some guy working on that from the bottom, which is cool. I was checking on the any more launch fins here, but couldn't see any. Let's move on to the station here, and yeah, not too much of a change here, but they had some install some framing window frames here for these three massive windows, which will be the gift shop. Again, the entrance to the attraction will be over by the Simpsons marquee sign. The Springfield marquee sign. This will be the bathrooms and the gift shop. And I wonder, just like Secret Lab for Pets, if we're the gift shop, the pet store open early. I hope this gift shop does open early to give us a sneak peek of what's going on um, inside the Fast and Furious building. And now we're gonna head on to the bottom and lower staircase again. Look at this. Look at this mess. I mean, it's a good mess. Lots of money for Universal, but it just shows that all theme parks will be busy now because it is spring break and it'll be busy basically until summer or fall. Here's pieces of that new track. Look at that beautiful incline. Wow, it's steeper than I thought it was gonna be. I really couldn't picture what it was gonna be based on the supports, and obviously we've seen some like renderings and stuff, but cool to see it in person because it's just massive and it's very really steep. And they even added some new tracks, some new launch track down below. A lot of straight pieces of track there. Added a couple. Again, what maybe 8 to 12 more pieces, and that may be on the high side. And then this thing is done in terms of the layout. So this should be hopefully done in the next week or two. I feel like 2 weeks maximum. Because rest of the layout's pretty much complete. And again, no rain in the forecast. There's that guy working on the sheathing that I was telling you about. There he is right there. You can see all the blue on the top there. But yeah, 2 weeks max. Because there's no real rain in the forecast. Again, maybe like tomorrow, or the latest comes out Monday. Some light rain forecasts. But that's pretty much it. So they should be able to really cruise through and finish all these pieces and kind of catch up because they're a little bit delayed from, again, remember the tower crane was supposed to come down last month, but it's kind of a rainy month, so things got delayed. So they should be able to catch up and get things done and hopefully get things testing in the summertime, which I just really cannot wait to see. Here's another just nice shot of the front of the main course, the roller coaster here. Again, can you imagine just soon cars will be coming along and racing along the track here. I'm curious if Universal will like celebrate the final piece of the track completion, like with a train reveal or some sort of update, maybe with some on some stats. Maybe get like an official, miles per hour. I've heard 73, but maybe we'll get like an official miles per hour. We'll have to see. Very interesting stuff here on the hillside, though. We actually got um an update on the community line. They're moving on to the next phase of this project, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So they're continuing to shave down this hillside. But yeah, they're gonna start building the retaining wall pretty soon. And here's a picture. I thought I did a video of this, but it turns out I just took a picture for social media. But yeah, they got the power drivers here. And from March 31st through May 30th, they'll be building the retaining wall here. So this is very interesting. Now we have kind of not like an end date, but an update for how long this project may be going on. It's all the way through at least March 30th. Want to talk about some interesting rumors here that I heard from a TM that asked me to take a survey. The survey didn't say much; just asked me where I was from and where I was coming from, like if I was a resident or not. But the team member himself, I asked him if he knew any rumors or anything, and he said what he's hearing from the other TMs around the park is that Transformers, during its 4-month-long refurbishment, is getting upgraded to 8K screens. Now, I also heard this as well, but the interesting part is he said they're testing those screens to see if they can run the ride without 3D. So they want to get rid of 3D across the whole park now. I mentioned before that King Kong 360 3D, they want to get rid of the 3D there, but cool, they want to get rid of 3D on Transformers because I don't like that attraction, but because it's all screens. But I think I'll like it even more, or I like it a little bit more if there are no 3D glasses. So we'll see when it reopens in June if it has 3D or not. But the screens themselves should be sharper, all 8K, and hopefully will be 2D. Now I also asked this TM what he thought was going in the studio tour, what he was hearing about the supercharged building. He's hearing a couple things. According to rumors on the street in the TM world, they're either going to demolish the building, the supercharged building, or reuse the building for a kind of a Universal Classic finale. So, like, kind of like was all the IPs that were represented in the 60th anniversary and the mega movie parade and stuff like that. It might represent a new studio tour finale. Now, those are the two things he was hearing. Nothing confirmed, and take it all with a grain of salt. But it's just very interesting to hear what the TMs are hearing on the street. So yeah, I hope that rumor is true because I hate 3D, so I hope they get rid of 3D on Transformers to make it a much better ride experience. That's going to do it for this week's update. A lot of progress happening. We're into the month of April almost, basically, already. FanFest nights will be starting pretty soon, about 25 days. I'll be there opening day to cover it and opening weekend for sure, and multiple times. So that should be awesome, and track should be completed in a couple weeks. So moving along on these projects here at Universal Studios Hollywood, which is amazing. If you guys like this video, make sure to press that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel for constant theme park updates from Six Flags to Universal, Disney, and more. I just revamped my channel membership program, and we're having a member-only video tomorrow. I went to the Grove and I met Christian Ritter, the star of Jessica Jones. She's doing a book signing, so that video will be out tomorrow. One single membership tier now, just the Magician tier for $5. You get a whole bunch of perks. Basically, all the perks of the 3 memberships rolls into one plus an extra perk, so make sure to go ahead and check that out. If you want to help support the channel, you can go do it that way. And as always, have an epic day.